Hi there. Lucid is doing quite great. The stock price in the last month went up over 18%. Quite amazing. In just a few days from $2.50 to over $3. An increase over quite even more, 26%. And now the market cap, as you can see, is about 7.2 billion. So what pushed the stock price even higher? Well, as you probably know, the answer is quite simple. Their deliveries have increased. The number of deliveries have increased. They announced, as you can see here, Q2 production and deliveries. For the second quarter of 2024. And as you can see, Lucid produced over 2,000 vehicles, 2,110 vehicles, and delivered quite even more than that, over 2,300, almost 400 vehicles during that period, Q2 2024. And this is an increase compared to the last quarter, Q1 2024. If you look back to Q1 first quarter 2024, you can see that they produced over 1,700 vehicles and delivered over 1,900 vehicles. So you compare these numbers of Q1 with Q2 and you see the increase. And that's why the stock price went up. When Lucid reports a higher number of deliveries and production, the stock price goes up. If you can predict this, that next quarter, Q3, they'll increase again the number of vehicles delivered, especially delivered, then the stock price will continue to go up. Of course, they also have to report a higher revenue, an increase in the revenue. If you look at the first quarter results, Q1, you can see that the revenue for the first quarter, Q1 2024, was about 170 million. An increase year over year of Q1 2023. As you can see, the revenue went up from almost 150 million to over 172 million. So an increase. And when Lucid will report the results, the official results for the second quarter, then you will see again another increase in the revenue as the number of deliveries have increased. And so the stock price. Year to date, the stock price is still down over 24%. But if Lucid continues this great growth in the number of deliveries and the revenue, as you can see here, then the stock price will continue to go up. Now, don't expect to see again the same performance as it happened back in 2020, when the stock price was almost $10 and then went up to, over $50. An increase over 400%. This is quite great. In just 2 months, you can have a 4x on your investment. And this happened again, as you can see. Back in 2021, the stock price was around $20 and then it went up to $55. An increase over 100%, 140%. Amazing. But then the stock price, as you can see, have continued to go down and down. A decline over 94%. You probably know why that happened. Because of dilution, of course. But nowadays, as the stock price has started to rebound, to go up, and they reported an improvement in their deliveries, maybe the stock price will continue to rise. As I said, don't expect another 4x in the market cap, because at the moment it's quite high, over 7.2 billion. Yes, in the long term, over the next 10 years, if Lucid becomes profitable, they expand their operations in the United States, Europe, and other countries, maybe the market cap can go to 70 billion and you can have 10x over the next 10 years. That can also happen. But you also have to be aware, of course, of the risk. So this video is only about the reward, the upside. If you want to know more about the risk, then let me know in the comments and I'll do a new video only about the risk. But I'm sure you won't like it. That's why in this video I speak only about the upside, the reward, what can happen. So as I said, if the number of deliveries from 2,394 vehicles goes up, next quarter they report maybe over 2,500 vehicles, then the stock price will continue to rise. And so your investment, if you are invested in this company or you are planning to invest in Lucid, that will go up. As I said, if you also see an increase in their revenue next quarter, plus a decline in their losses, especially loss from operations, as you can see last quarter, they succeeded to improve just a little their losses, from a loss over 770 million to a loss of 729 million. So if they reduce again these losses, let's say to 500 million, then the stock price will go up. So you have to see three things: an increase in the number of deliveries, over 2,000, an increase in the revenue, and a decrease in the losses. If this trend continues, you see positive numbers in the long term, then the stock price of Lucid will do well in the future. From the current level, it can double. We can also look at their assets. You can see that they have quite a lot of cash on hand so that they can fund their operations. As they have more losses, they have to fund their expenses and their expansion. And as you can see, they have 2.1 billion in cash and cash equivalents, so that's quite a lot, and also 1.8 billion in short-term investments. So in total, they have almost 4 billion liquidity. And of course, plus some long-term investments over 600 million. So they have enough cash to fund their operations, to produce more cars and deliver more, and maybe expand their network. Because as you probably know, Lucid, let me show you, is investing in their studios and service and deliveries, especially in those service centers. The more centers they have to provide their services, to repair their cars, the better their deliveries will be in the future, because they will attract more buyers. You don't want to buy a car that doesn't have a service. And what's quite interesting, and I see as an improvement compared to other car companies that offer service centers, are those mobile vans. Imagine you have a crash, or maybe you want to change a tire of your car, but you don't go to a service, to a mechanic. You just call that van and they come to your house, to your home, and they change the tire for you. And that is much more convenient than to go to a service, wait in line, spend some hours there, and so on. It's much convenient to call for this service and a van comes to your home to change your tire or repair something at your car. This is much more convenient. So this is quite an advantage, an improvement compared to the traditional car companies. This is quite great. I've also seen this type of service at NIO. Moreover, on top of that, they are planning to release new models, new cars. For instance, Gravity SUV, which is expected to be scheduled for late 2024, this year. You can see better their car here, Lucid Gravity. This means that the more products they have, maybe they will attract more buyers and the revenue will go up. And they also announced another product, another car, for late 2026. So for the moment, they are doing well. They have enough cash, liquidity, to expand their operations, their facilities, and create new products. And if they can also succeed to attract more buyers, especially with their services, their fleet, their van fleet in the US and Europe, then the stock price may go up in the long term, over the next 5 to 10 years. But as I said, be also aware of the risk. This video is only about the upside, what you can expect from Lucid. you can have again the same performance. The stock price goes up to $50, back to $50, an increase over, of course, over 200% at the current price of $3. But then you may also have this. So you want to avoid this decline. That's why you also have to pay attention to the risk. And if you want to know more about the risk, then let me know in the comments, and I will make a video only for that. So that's it for this. And if you have other questions about this company, Lucid, because as you can see, the revenue, according to analysts' estimates, is expected to go up a lot in the future. From a few hundred million, as you can see here, almost 600 million, to over 8.4 billion by 2028. And this is quite amazing. Plus, you can also see their losses are expected to increase this year, next year, and so on till 2024. And maybe they can succeed to become profitable. And if that happens, you know what will happen with your investment. You will have a return like this in just a few months or over a longer period. It also depends on what contracts Lucid can sign with other clients. So that's it. And if you have other questions, please let me know in the comments.